620 AM, KEXB. Experts in business in North Texas.
Sports, I'm not much of a wagering on sports just because I don't really know much about how to do that. But now that I have a brand new platform, perhaps I can do that now. It's called PostitPlayit. Drew Eckman joining me in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, PostitPlayit. What exactly is this?
All right. So we've created a revolutionary platform that allows skill-based competitions, allows you to wager on skills with your friends, groups, or just the universe of users.
Okay, so let's take it as simple as that. If you and I go out and play golf, and we do a round of golf, and I go, hey, I bet you $10 that I'll finish better than you do. And this is the platform that we can now connect and have that wager, a platform to host that wager, I guess you could say.
Correct, based on skill. Our first come to market is going to be the sports. That will be down the road, probably about 4 or 5 months from now. And how we will score that is we will agree as users, as a third-party user, to score the competition. So you can create whatever you want as long as the predominant factor is skill. The third-party user will come in, grade the play. We will handle the transfer of funds between you and I, and the winner will take the proceeds.
I love it. How did this start? I mean, who had this little nugget of an idea?
Yeah, so, back in 2000, in college, playing the games, everything's offshore. Where is it? Where's the legality?
It's so mystery offshore. Once you leave this country, who knows what happens?
Of course. Your credit card's being run for a offshore computer factory. It's not the true market. And, of course, if you get up big on one of these shops, it's very difficult to get your money back. So, I started tooling with the idea of what are all the problems with the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And the gaming industry really hasn't had a whole revolution since the internet offshore escape. So Vegas only accounts for about 4% of the wagers in the U.S.
That's it?
They're thinking it could be as big as $400 billion in the market cap. So 4% of that is placed in Vegas. Now, everybody thinks, okay, that's the main house. But really and truly, all this money is leaving the U.S. Is it ever coming back? So, as a U.S. company, we want to bring this money back legally and give people a fair, transparent, fun way to compete against friends. There's no more house. There's no more line. You set it. You dictate the odds, and you control the game.
That's interesting. Drew Eckman joining us on the show. PostitPlayit is the company. Okay, so when you said that you don't set the line at all. So if I can just come out and say I think the Astros are going to win game 5,
correct,
straight up, like I can do. There's no line on it, right? There's no over under.
If you look at the line today, I did a little research while we were talking, and right now Houston's favored by 188. If you're in Vegas and you want to bet on the Astros, right now you have to lay $188 down to win 100.
Mm-hmm.
On our site, you come in, you want to challenge a friend, say straight up, you put $103 down. We charge a 3% fee. It's for software. We've got to do a lot of checking. We run OFAC, anti-money laundering,
mm-hmm.
red flag check on all of our customers.
Yeah. So I mean, let's just be honest. You're a business. You got to
right.
make some money. It's okay to justify the 3%, in my opinion. Okay. So, and you guys are brand new. I mean, this is like weeks.
Correct. We should be in the market with our application. It's in review at Apple today. So hopefully in the next day or 2 or hours, we could be live and out to the public.
Is there any age minimum on this?
Yes. It's 18 in most states and 19 in one. So the general rule is 18, and we have one state at 19.
And you're talking all major sports.
All major sports and college sports.
Out of all when you threw a number out earlier of how much money is being wagered in what Vegas has, what is the biggest sport that's being wagered on? Would you think it's like professional football, college football?
So what we found on our site through our beta test is college football. And I thought for sure it's going to be NFL. Because if you look at it, it's NFL, college football, college basketball, and down the list. But our fans, they're enthusiastic about their college sports, and everybody's got a favorite team.
And there's more teams, there's more games. That's
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. Because on NFL, there's only 32 teams. There's only 16. Yeah, that totally makes sense now that I think about it. And people, like you said, people are real passionate about college football, for sure.
Correct.
Okay, so you've got this launched. You're going to roll it out, even full forecourt press, if you will, on a mobile device. So what is some of the feedback? I know you guys are beta testing it right now, and we're actually going to, in the next break, we're going to go through a little walkthrough of how to exactly get this on your phone and exactly how to walk through and place one of these little wagers. But what's some of the feedback you've gotten from your users so far?
Yeah, everybody says it's very easy to use. Simply select your matchup. We get all of our data from Sport Radar. They're the number one provider of sport information throughout the world, so a great partner to have. We pull that through an API. We get the schedules. You would select your team, select your amount. You can display it just to a group of friends or just one friend, or you can set it out to all of our users in the database.
I like the safety of this, knowing that you're not going to some out of country. Because, like you said, once you get out of the States, there's no legal. I mean, you have no legal recourse toward any company because they're not a U.S. company. It's the transaction's done over there. So if you get jacked on something, you're just jacked.
Exactly. The only thing you can do is cancel your credit card charge.
Oh, yeah.
However, that is a long process and a legal process, and usually they have, written documents and IP addresses. But that's your only leverage. Once it's offshore, you're not sure if you're going to get that money back. We bring the money. It's all going to be held here in the U.S. in a safe bank. You guys make your transfer, set your competition, choose your wager amount, and we distribute the funds. We're just like an escrow account.
Do we have a gender preference on this? The guys outpace women?
Oh, big time.
Big time.
Our market is 24 to 45, upper income, 75 plus, college educated. I mean, that's our target market. We know.
Unless you're at a Super Bowl party with squares, and it seems like the females are all over it because
they just get the best numbers.
Why does that always happen when you go to a Super Bowl party? It's like Nancy from accounting who doesn't say two words to you all day. All of a sudden, she takes the first quarter.
Absolutely,
it sucks. But that is one thing about wagering on stuff. It's sometimes you get lucky. All right. Well, I'm going to profile PostitPlayit. I'm going to go on there. So the website. To pull this up is the PostitPlayit.
PostitPlayit.com is a web app, and we made it extremely mobile friendly. So just go to PostitPlayit.com.
Okay.
And right there, you're going to see MLB. So just go ahead and select the Major League Baseball.
Got it.
And it should show you the schedule there.
Okay. Yep. And, of course, I scrolled down there. I clicked on Boston, Houston.
Fantastic.
All right.
It tells you when the game's going to start.
Yep.
So just go ahead and if you'll scroll up and select your team up at the top.
All right, let's go with the Astros here. Okay. All right.
All right. You select the Astros, and then you'll have a slide bar. It's going to let you set the run line. So if you select 0, that's straight up. And if you want to give away a point, if you think they're going to win by more than one run, then you can select -1. If you think that they're going to lose, you could select +1.
So you can do straight up winning, or you can go by. I had no idea that baseball you can go by runs.
Correct.
Well, that's really getting risky right there. That's like, hey, I think we're going to pound you guys by 7 runs.
I'm going to give you 3 7 runs.
Interesting. Okay, so once you have that, then you're ready to go.
Yeah, just simply select your dollar amount.
Okay.
You can put, let's do a friendly $10 on it.
Friendly $10 bet. Let me see it. It kind of knocked me out of the screen here real quick. But friendly $10 bet. Okay.
Right, and then just select to public. And
all right.
What I'll do is I'll go in. Once you put it into the system, I'll see it on my side.
And then we're off.
And we're off. So now I simply click the play it button.
Okay.
On my side. So you posted it.
I posted it.
I'm playing it.
And you're playing it.
And we're live. Our game is in action. The money's in escrow. It's removed from our virtual wallets, and the winner will receive $20.
I like that. You know what? I see this. I see sports bars kind of in a way gravitating towards this. You know, because you got the games all up on the screen,
Absolutely.
and you can see your buddies. Say, you want some action on this one?
Yeah, it'd be a great partnership, for a major chain to work with us and build out.
I see events. Now you got your I want to bring your marketing guy in there, Adam, because we talked a little bit about how you spread the word on this, and I think that social media, obviously, but man, I see events. I see a community. I say community events, but events at sports bars.
Oh, absolutely. On-site user activation is huge. So experiential marketing is basically what that is, and we'll certainly be looking to that. Probably in Q1, maybe later in the year specifically. But like you said, I mean, paid social is going to be huge for user acquisition, alongside, I would say, a pretty diversified cross-channel mix. Strong Google Ads campaign, really focused on user acquisition. But of course, other things like over-the-top advertising will help establish credibility and branding for PostitPlayit. So really a nice mix will both make people feel safe and feel like they trust the product, they trust what's going on with their transactions, and obviously with the paid cross-channel effort, we'll make sure that if we can create some interest, we can also hook them.
Yeah, I think the whole safety of being in the U.S. is a big deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you're not chasing,
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of the other products that are out there, of course, they transact internationally. Everything here is close to home. Interestingly enough, also with PostitPlayit, there is no seasonality. So some of the other big brands that are out there, they're really investing in user reactivation. With a mobile app, obviously this is across several devices.
How long did it take to do all this, by the way? Is this? I mean, you always hear about tech companies.
Yeah, we've spent 1.5 years on the build.
Wow, why does it take that long? I had a social media. Matter of fact, the name of the company is myfootprintscore.com, and they measure what you're worth on social media. So if I do a tweet, they can tell me how much my tweet is worth to an advertiser. Yeah. And they took years. Yeah.
Right.
Why does it take that long?
So here's what happens. Your initial dream becomes reality, and then you want to make it better and better and better. So every software project that you see is always going to be an evolution. It's always going to be changing and churning and becoming better.
So when did you get to the point you were like, we're here, like we finally arrived? Because you can always keep going.
We could always delay it and miss a football season.
I agree.
There's no possible way that we're going to do that.
Don't miss that. Don't miss that.
First to market, and we've got something we're proud of, ready to give to the market sometime this week.
Yeah, I love it. Are you a big fan of Gary Vee? You listen? Yeah, awesome. He says timing's everything, man. It's like throw it out there. All right, don't miss it. Go to PostitPlayit.com, PostitPlayit.com, and get involved. Get it on your phone, and you can start kind of here next week or so. Really start rolling it out just in time for NFL playoffs. NHL just dropped. The puck just dropped.
Everything's kicking off right now.
Yeah. Santa Claus, when he's going to land at your house, you can wage on that.
I see a PostitPlayit home party edition.
Post-it, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, with no seasonality. I mean, shoot, what's your competition?
Yeah, I like that. All right, got kind of a sports theme to it, doesn't it? I like that. The company's called PostitPlayit. And basically, that's exactly what you do. You post up and you play it. I want to welcome Drew and Adam to the show from this brand new platform that helps you engage in wagering on sports in a safe way.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brian, for having us. We've got a brand new software platform that allows like-minded users to get online, pull up the schedule of their favorite sport team, create a challenge, post it out to their friends or our universe of users,
and wage away.
Absolutely. It's skill-based wagering, so they've got to do their research. They've got to know about the game, the weather, the coaches.
And you guys don't see. I love the thing I like about this is you're not setting a line, right? No,
there's no line at all.
Okay,
the line is always set at 0 on our site, and the user will do their research, look up, are there any injuries on the field? Who's the coaching staff?
What's
Are
the
they
weather?
More of a defensive team, an offensive team?
Here's a great example for you. Last week, the Rams went to Denver to play the Broncos.
Right.
Heck of a snowstorm was going on. And some of the people on sports radio were like, wait a minute. This might be a test for this soft L.A. team that can they play in cold weather? And, of course, that would have been a great wager on that.
Absolutely.
Big factor in the game.
Denver came back at the end and scored a late touchdown and actually covered most people's plays.
I know. Yeah. Well, how did this get started? How do you start this type of platform?
So, there's a lot of problems with the, gaming industry. Obviously, it's mostly based off of Vegas, which came from mob ties, and we wanted to bring all the negativity out of the game. The only revolution it had was in the early or the late 90s when it went to internet, but unfortunately that went all offshore. So basically all the money left the U.S. and is sitting in different countries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Canada's got a large company well worth over $1 billion. No one knows the true valuation, but they actually back the plays. So when you go to one of these, you know, you go to a sports book or you're online and you're betting online, they're taking your action. We are simply a platform that matches you up to a like-minded individual or somebody that actually likes the other team and just connect you two together, let you engage in sports at a whole new level that's fun and transparent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hold the funds
like an escrow company.
Pay the winner.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like that. And of course, you said earlier that instead of if you're down or you need to cash out, sometimes it's very difficult to get your money.
Absolutely.
Which I'm really surprised by that, to be honest
Correct.
with you. As big as these companies are, but they're slow to pay.
And
so
the only thing that you can do is challenge your credit card because they have your money, and if you're up over that, you're kind of stuck. And so, we wanted to find a process of, all right, let's let people post up their money. You can go on our site, use a credit card, debit card, ACH, and get your money, and we hold it in escrow for you. And that money is yours to use on any competition that you want.
How easy is it to cash out?
Very easy. So you request a cash out withdrawal. Within 24 hours, we'll send you an ACH, and as soon as that processes, you'll have the funds.
Okay, so it's just electronically.
Correct.
It goes right to your bank account or
Absolutely.
to a debit card or whatever you have.
If you use PayPal, we'll send it back through PayPal.
Interesting. And then the marketing, and Adam, that's kind of where you come into this. How do you go about marketing this type of platform?
Well, a platform like this requires really several touch points. So certainly the social channels are hugely important. Bringing excitement to the brand, making it come to life, really connecting with people out there that, like Drew said, are like-minded individuals that have a competitive spirit. They've got disposable income, and they're making good decisions. These are not PostitPlayit, like you said, is bringing transparency to a system that kind of has some, maybe some I don't want to say shady, but definitely some different beginnings. So really connecting with people in a way that presents the true value proposition of PostitPlayit. And then, of course, also your traditional Google Ads is huge. Really just a laser focused targeting of people that are looking to compete and looking to really experience a new way to really get involved in the game. People are a lot more invested in a game that they're wagering over. It makes the win or loss situation a lot more, I would say, exciting.
Well, let's bring up fantasy, because fantasy has that aspect to it.
Absolutely. Fantasy gets you more involved in the game. Unfortunately, fantasy has a lot of rules and a lot of stipulations.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really didn't like about fantasy is you could only have 3 players from one team. So let's say you're sitting down and you're watching the Cowboys. All right. You pick your 3 players, and then you're like, well, yeah, but I'm watching the same game, so why don't I add a couple guys from the opposing team? Now you're cheering against your team. You're cheering against yourself. So this makes you fully vested. You pick your team. You set your spread. You put it out there for the world to, participate in, and then you become what I like to feel as almost like an owner.
Yeah.
You have a small piece in that game.
You do wagering at all?
No, but I think this is entrepreneurial wagering.
I love it. I think it's very creative, and I'm thinking about all the different sports. Obviously football's huge, college football's huge. Believe it or not, NASCAR. I mean, you can wager who's going to win the whatever cup it is this year. I think it's the Monster Energy drink.
You ain't first or last.
Yeah,
You're making your own flavor ice cream.
I know you can. It's shaking bacon.
Rubbin's racing.
Yeah, Rubbin's racing. I bet that old boy must like Tide. So I mean, there's so many different applications, like for sports wines for this.
Oh, absolutely. So we have so many different markets. Our first market is sports because it's easy. We get the information from Sport Radar, great partner of ours. They provide us all our logos and all the data we need to score competitions and pay out our users fast. Our next future is going to be into video games, and then after that will be fitness challenges. So really and truly, there's not a person.
Now that's interesting.
Out
So you're
there that
getting out. So it's varying a little bit out of the sports.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's no seasonality to this.
Anything
Let's
with
wage.
skill
Hey
involved.
Ben, who gets fired first, me or you? That's
You.
That's a great one we can do.
Do you guys want to make that
Probably
Post-it Plait
me.
official?
Probably me.
I would say you.
Yeah. Okay, we got that one.
Well, I'm
Well,
tired
no,
of my
I-
wife talking
I
and
would
making
say
smack
leave.
about Fitbit steps. I think
Yeah.
you finally take her to task.
You
Hey,
can
there's
take
another
her
one.
task,
There you go.
because you can
Absolutely.
prove that with the
I can
Fitbit.
prove it that I can play it for
You
sure.
just got to find your third-party verifier for that one.
Yeah, so we'll tie in. No, we'll tie in with Fitbit, and we'll log into both accounts, and we'll score the steps for the week, and then you guys can come up with your competition.
Do you
Hey,
realize
I'm gonna
if,
step
once you
more
have a
than
database of people, you could do political polling on this.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you could really go, hey, based upon our 30,000 users,
Oh, yeah.
we found that these 30,000 people, through diverse backgrounds, and
Yeah.
this is what they think.
We've discussed
Yeah.
that a little bit because there's a huge opportunity there. I mean, so much money gets spent on just advertising during political elections, and frankly, it's a lot of fun to watch. Why not wager over it too?
Yeah, our market is 155.
I got to go in for the midterms.
Right.
This, I'm not going to be political here. That's great. So there's just so many different ways you can go with this.
Absolutely. There's new avenues that we think of every day. Obviously, Topgolf, they're a Texas company, and we'd love to be engaged with them.
Let's do that. Let's call them out. Topgolf, contact us.
Topgolf, absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to be involved. All we need is access to your API, and your players are going to have a much more rewarding experience because they can challenge their friends. Because obviously, when you're sitting on the sideline, yeah, maybe you're having a beer, maybe you're having some of their great food.
Mm-hmm.
However, you're talking to friends. What if you were engaged and you could challenge, hey, guess what? Next time, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to Drew's point, I mean, like-minded individuals that are competitive, there's always something that you're going to be competitive about. So with us, we were thinking about a way to really keep people actively engaged 12 months, right,
Mhm.
during the entire year. So the two big brands that control 97% of the market in daily fantasy sports, those guys have an 85% churn rate. So they're losing customers left and right.
Is that high?
It's crazy. They're not
Yeah, but they
focused.
have 8 and 5 million users.
They're not
respectively.
focused on
So, I
new
mean,
user acquisition. They're focused on reactivation. So, the idea with us is we're keeping people engaged and
Yeah,
having
you
a great
keep 'em
time
engaged. You don't
all the
lose 'em.
time.
It costs you more to bring them back probably than it was to get them.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're keeping people engaged and having a great time all the time, 12 months out of the year.
This is good stuff. PostitPlayit.com. PostitPlayit.com. You've only been around a couple of weeks, so give it another week or so on the mobile device. No?
We're in the App Store right now. If you
Okay.
if you have an Android device, you can go to Google Play and download it right now.
Yeah.
And get active.
Otherwise, go to PostitPlayit.com and sign up today on the
web
web-based desktop platform.
Okay. Drew and Adam are joining me. Of course, William Shepard from the Commemorative Air Force is joining us as well for this last segment. Okay, so if you go on PostitPlayit online, and now my phone wants to freeze up here, but if you want to go to PostitPlayit.com on your phone, you'll pull up, you can find the platform.
Yeah, go to PostitPlayit.com.
Okay.
Select your favorite league.
Okay.
So let's use the NFL.
Okay,
We
let's
got
go
a
to
good
NFL.
game. Yeah, we got a big game coming up this weekend.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboys and Redskins. It's at the Redskins. So right now, Vegas is calling it a -2 point spread.
Okay.
So my recommendation, it's up to you. Do your skill. You saw how Dak played last week. I mean, if it was me, I'm going to take the Cowboys
Okay.
-3.
So I'm on here right now, and I'm going to say I'm going to play that. So I'm going to play it. I'm going to hit Dallas. I'm going to do my wager here. I do you can do $20 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go ahead and you hit play, and then that basically goes to
Yeah, you can choose. It'll go directly. You can select my name. We're friends now. Select just a friend. You can select a group, so you can create a group of individuals. Maybe it's your buddies you went to school with, or went to college with, and you got a group of 10 friends that always banters back and forth over the weekend. You don't get together and watch the games and drink beer because everybody gets families. However, you still banter back and forth over the weekend. Everybody's watching a game. Your friend's a big fan of another team. You banter back and forth. This allows you to put a little skin in the game.
when you say banter, that's talking smack.
It is.
That's talking
Yes.
smack.
Talking smack.
Talking smack.
Call it what it
But I
is.
like the
I
banter.
mean, it kind of comes with tailgate, right?
Yeah, it does. Man, I can really see you guys setting up tailgate and go to one of these big games and walk around with the app, get a couple pretty girls to hand out little flyers.
I will bring the wife.
Well, I'm just saying, like that's. I mean, I was at the Rams tailgate a couple weeks ago in Los Angeles, and it. I mean, just like it is here, there's just a lot going on. This is your audience. Mm-hmm. Like these are the people.
Although I'll say it, a dangerous tailgate would be Dodger Stadium as a Giants fan. That would be Be careful what you post.
Yeah, be careful what you post. But that's how you. Okay, so this game's on. So I'm on here, and we'll see what happens. And it's a safe way to do all of this. Like it's I'm not calling some third world country begging for my money.
Yep, we're a U.S. company. We're only in the U.S. We're operating in 37 states based on the precedence of skill. So you do have to go online. You have to set your own odds, and then it's got to be enticing enough for a like-minded individual to play it. So
if you're really, really bad, like me, then Drew's going to take that post, and he's going to play it. He's going to win.
Absolutely.
And that's the part that's intriguing because your payout is so quickly, you can recycle your winnings and post again.
There it is.
So that's the best part about it. You're not waiting for winnings.
So I can lose because SMU's going to do one thing or the other on a Saturday.
So I get to recycle your money.
On a Sunday. Exactly.
Quickly.
Or later that Saturday.
Interesting. All right. And so, some of the feedback you've gotten so far from users?
Yeah, so we did a 200-user beta test. And as we talked about earlier, it was, what's the heaviest sport? Mm-hmm. And I thought for sure it was going to be NFL. But our users feel very passionate about college football. And we're just getting a bunch of rivalries going and a lot of smack talking. You can see the text streams, that are going on through these groups. And we're going to have notifications through our application. So if a friend of yours posts a play against one of your favorite teams, you'll be notified. It'll say, hey, Adam just posted this. You want to play it?
Yeah, so I'm looking out for the business partner, Charles. I'm looking out for his posts for sure.
All right, PostitPlayit, PostitPlayit.com is a website. Go check it out.